So one of the most gorgeous and classy looks in makeup is having big red glossy lips, and here are some tips on how to get that. First, I always like to start by prepping my lips with some sort of a scrub. I already did this, but this is the Fresh Sugar Lip Scrub. It's all natural, and you just take a small amount and rub it across both your lips with a finger, and it gets off all the dead skin. It also moisturizes the lips and preps them for whatever you're having on next. Then I usually take some sort of a balm. This one's the Josie Maran Argan Lip Balm. It's very lightweight. You don't want anything that's sticky or too heavy or is gonna create a film on top of the lips. So I just take a very small amount, place it onto the lips, and then go from there. And if you have too much, you can always dab it off with a tissue. So the first step actually of applying this lip color after prepping the lips would be to outline the outer part of the lip so that you have a clean lip line. I like to start with the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Éclat. Basically what it does is it highlights, it conceals a little bit but not too much, and it always looks very natural. So what you do is you pump the bottom of it, a little bit will come out on top, and then you can go ahead and line the outer part of the lips. And I just blend with my finger. So next, what I'm going to do is line. I have Makeup Forever Aqua Rouge Red Lip Liner number 8. And I like to start with the peaks of my lips up here. I'm going to line them so that the peak is at a 90-degree angle and the tops of the peak are going straight through the middle of my nostril. Okay, once I have the peak, I like to take this and draw it down and connect it to the bottom of the lip on the outer corner. And if you want to make your lips look a little bit fuller, you can bring this line a little bit outside of what your natural lip line is. And I just stretch my mouth open so that you can get all the way into these corners over here. And then next, we're gonna line the bottom. And I like to start in these corners over here on the bottom and then work my way in and connect. Okay, so now that we have it lined, it looks a little bit crazy, but what I'm gonna do is go ahead and fill in the entire lip so we don't have a mismatch of color between the liner and the lip color. And I kind of smash the lips together to try and transfer some of the color to the top before filling it up there. Okay, so now that my lips are filled in, what I'm gonna do is, especially when you're adding gloss on top of a lip color, it can get really messy if you don't have a lip color underneath that's very long wearing. So that's why we started with the lip liner, which is going to increase the longevity of wear and prevent from fading. The next thing is the lip color. So I have 3 different reds that are all long wear. I'm going to choose the Stila one in Fiery. What you do is just go ahead and apply it on kind of like a gloss, but it will matte down. It'll have a very, very matte look. So that's why it's nice to add a gloss on top if your lips ever get a little bit dry. And that's why I line the lips first, because that way you don't have to take as much time and be as specific with this, which is a little bit more difficult to do. It's easier with a liner. And once again, I really made sure that I got these inner corners because you don't want it to look like your regular lip color. You want the red to be evenly all over the lip. Now that that is on, you want to wait until it mattes down, make sure that it's nice and dry, and then we're gonna go ahead and apply a gloss. I have the Makeup Forever Lab Shine Gloss in number S8, so it goes with the number 8 Makeup Forever liner that I used. And what we're gonna do is just apply a little bit of this. You don't wanna go too far to the outer sides of the lip so that it doesn't get too messy and create feathering, but we'll apply most of it to the center of the lip, blot the lips together, and go from there. And that is how you get big red glossy lips.